Mother pretends harming her baby to get her ex-boyfriend to come back. Let me see. How can I get his attention? Well, I can tell you what she did. According to court documents reviewed by Law&Crime, 18-year-old mother Alicia Brea of Florida arrested last week after she allegedly sent photographs of herself stomping on the head of her 10-month-old baby in an attempt to get the attention of the child's father. Brea was taken into custody last Thursday evening, charged with 1 count of child cruelty, abusing a child without causing great bodily harm. That's the best thing I've heard so far, without causing great bodily harm. But babies, as many know, mothers know, this mother knows, the mother I'm sitting with today knows that children are born and they look to you for safety and security. They may not have the words to express it, but the way they nuzzle up against your bosom, the way they reach for you and know you're coming for them. What does a baby's mind go to once their eyes and body feels this from the one who's supposed to protect them?
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
According to an affidavit of probable cause from the Broward County Sheriff's Office, deputies on the afternoon of May 9th, 2024, responded to a call at a residence in Hollywood, Florida, regarding a report of possible child abuse. The caller was an unidentified female who advised that her friend, whom she identified as Brea, had just sent her pictures in which she was stomping on her 10-month-old child. Again, Law&Crime with the details. Upon arriving, first responders made contact with this young mother. Brea stated she was upset her baby's father sent him a picture of her stepping with her right foot on the baby's head to see if the baby's father would come back to her. Deputies wrote that in the affidavit. She stated she and the baby's father had broken up earlier today. She was very upset. Brea further told authorities that she had also sent the baby's father several additional photos showing that their child was unharmed, claiming that she would never hurt the baby. The deputies on the scene noted in the affidavit they did not observe any visible injuries to the baby. I mean, I hope they still got this innocent child checked out, right? Wouldn't you? If you want to show up and ask me if I think I need treatment and you're trying to see if I'm okay, I'm a grown woman. But, okay. At the request of investigators, she signed a consent to search form, turned her phone over to deputies so they could go through the messages she had sent that day. And this is when officers saw the pictures of the arrestees stepping on the baby's face. According to the affidavit, baby was wearing the same outfit in the photo when officers made contact. Officers then contacted Child Protective Services, placed Brea under arrest. She was transported to the Broward County Jail, subsequently released on $20,000 bond. Now, according to a report from Miami ABC affiliate WPLG, judge ordered Brea to be fitted with a GPS monitoring device as a condition of her bond. She's prohibited from having any contact with her child and must undergo a mental health exam within 10 days. Baby, now in the custody of CPS. Per the Ballard brief, adolescent mothers, women who give birth at 19 or younger and act as the primary guardian for their children, are twice as likely to suffer from postpartum depression than adult mothers. In addition, teen moms are more likely to experience social stigma associated with teenage pregnancy and motherhood. Adolescent mothers also abuse substances at a higher rate than adult mothers. Teen dads are less likely to be involved in parenting responsibilities than adult fathers. Factors associated with teenage mothers cause an increased likelihood of teen moms developing postpartum depression. So how long does PPD typically last? Well, we'll tell you. Women are most at risk for developing postpartum depression in the 3 months after childbirth. PPD usually fades away within a year of the postpartum period, but can last up to 3 years in severe cases. Women are encouraged to seek professional medical help if their depression symptoms last more than 2 weeks. Well, I guess if you're not tending to a baby 24/7 and you're got some support system around you, you might go seek help. What percent of teen mothers experience PPD? All right, an estimated 10 to 20% of all mothers experience some type of postpartum depression. This rate is at least twice as high for adolescent mothers. One study analyzed the breakdown of depression severity among adolescent moms at 6 months postpartum, found 26.9% of adolescent mothers experience mild depression, 11.3% experience moderate depression, 3.8% severe depression. These combined results lead to an overall postpartum depression rate of 42%. That is consistent with the estimate for adolescent mothers. Research also evaluated postpartum depression rates in high and low resource adults, adults with at least 2 years of college experience, adults with less than 2. Teen moms reported higher depressive symptoms in all categories than adults with both high and low resources. Evidence there is that adolescence increases postpartum depression. There is so much to unpack here, Senator. I like that our team included the research, the studies, if you will. And it makes sense, right? If you are not yet ready to care for another life because you're not yet ready to care for yourself, it makes sense that you're not going to be at your best. You're not going to have the experience to be able to do what you can. So I don't know why this country can't fix it by offering more support. Real support, not guilt support, but real support to young mothers, their family, the children, the future. I don't understand that. Something, though, jumped out at me, the desperation of a mother who would do something horrible. I think this qualifies as horrible because she desperately wanted, and that's part of this culture, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a partnership, father of your child by your side, if it's healthy, I would think. But this mother, so desperate, there's this whole social media world. There's almost like a TikTok virus where we have priorities out of whack here. And some of it comes from not having someone in your life who can keep you right. Okay. I don't know who was in this 18-year-old mother's life. I'm not blaming her family. I'm just saying there's a sickness in America, and I believe this is the symptom. Am I wrong, Senator?
No, I totally agree with you, Sharon. Our brains are being, the way that we react to the world is being reprogrammed because of social media. So social media is both a blessing at times and a curse in others. There's neuroscience out there that talks about brain development and being, into the 20s, well into the 20s. Some people say 25, others says that 25 is not necessarily a magic number, but what neuroscientists do agree that total brain development does not happen just because somebody turned 18, that well into their 20 something. And maybe some people are develop a little quicker than that, some maybe a little slower than that, but that people are not fully cognitively capable by the time they turn 18 years old. To me, I saw this story, which is tragic and traumatic, both for the mother and especially the baby, as a cry for help. A cry for attention. That is what this mother needed. Based on the reporting, Sharon, I think that what the court did thus far was exactly the right thing to do, to say to this mother, you must go get medically diagnosed, a mental health evaluation. They said up to 10 days. I would have said post haste. Don't even move. Don't make a move. Don't even let her out of here until we get those tests done right away. But to put the monitor on her, to take the baby out of her care was in fact the right thing to do. This baby may never recover from this. This may be imprinted on this baby for the rest of this baby's life. Hopefully not, but it could be. But if I were the father, and we don't know all of the circumstances here, and my significant other or used to be significant other did this to try to get me back, the answer would be hell no, and give me my baby. Because this right here is not the way, it is not the proper way to get somebody's attention. But your point, Sharon, that you bring up about the resources in this country to really help people. Hey, we got a whole bunch of money to send overseas for wars. So why don't we have enough money to have universal health care? Why don't we have enough money to put a more emphasis on mental health, the stress that comes from birthing a baby in the world? And we know that Black mothers in particular, and as the team laid out those stats, but Black mothers in particular are higher rates of infant mortality, higher rates of the mother dying during childbirth, the stressors that come with socioeconomic conditions. All of those things are variables. It does not justify. So this explanation is not to justify what the mother did to the baby. It is just that we have a situation in this country where we do in fact prioritize the wrong things. We have a federal government in particular that comes together in a bipartisan way to make war all across the world, but can't come together in a bipartisan way for universal health care. Can't come together in a bipartisan way to ensure each and every one of our children have the high quality education that they deserve and need to compete. Can't come together for paid family medical leave. Can't come together to eradicate homelessness. Can't come together to increase the federal minimum wage. I'm naming all this stuff, Sharon, because it just galls me to no end that folks don't have the resources that they need. Again, not excusing what this mother did, but just giving a backdrop here. And this is sad, again, traumatic and tragic in every single way. And I hope that this young mother at the age of 18, because she can be redeemed, I hope that she gets the care and the help that she needs. And I hope that that baby gets the love and the nurturing they need to be able to live a full and robust life. But this cut me to the core, Shannon. You and I are both mamas. See, just because you can birth a baby in the world, or just because you can help produce a baby, don't mean you should. Okay, that's the moral of this story right here. Whether you're 18, 25, 45, or 55, if you still can rock like that, it don't mean that you should. And this is that case.
And so I hope also, Senator, that people understand we have already as a society, I'm just looking at it. We have failed this mother, this child, the father likely too. We fail because we can do all of those things, right? We do all those things. And yet, as I look here at the facts, we cannot give this young woman the resources she's desperately crying out for to protect her child, herself, and give her some hope at life. Her only hope is that the child's father, who she's in an argument with, will come back because she feels she has no one. That alone tells me everything I need to know, okay? We know there's teenage pregnancy. We know this is happening, but you want to do an anti-woke fake war on women and bodies, and they don't even want you to pop a birth control pill. So who's going to deal with the fallout? Oh, well, that part you exited, huh? You left the room. So they'll just be dangling, I guess. And baby will become toddler, will become preteen, and then probably has, in fact, does have an increased chance of becoming another teen mother.